I know I'm not the only mom who likes to hide away. Hey, it's Ereena George, and welcome to my closet, aka Mommy's Closet. Come on in. It's a place for us to get away and discuss the things moms love to talk about, whether it's health, relationships, these kids, our spouses. This is where we come to talk our shit. Be sure to join my Facebook group, Be Momific with Ereena George. It's where we can continue the conversation outside of this podcast so that I can hear what you think and how you feel on the topic. Hey guys, and welcome to the show. This week, we are going to be talking about clean eating and what that looks like. For those of you who haven't joined me before, I am Ereena George, and this is Mommy's Closet. As you can see, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I am sitting in my closet. Why? Because I'm a mom, and I need to get away. So, on this show, we talk about different things, but this week, we are talking about eating clean and why it is so good for you, why I started eating clean. So I'm just going to share a little bit of my story with you. I have been vegan now for 1 year, vegetarian. I was vegetarian for 18 years. 18 years of being vegetarian. I know you may be thinking, oh shit, no chicken, no fish, no meat. Oh my God, girl, no pernil. What were you eating? Well, I have a story about that. The reason why I decided to become vegetarian is because I was having female issues. I was having womb issues. And for all of my moms out there, whether you were able to become a mom naturally or you really struggled to become a mom, like I didn't have to change some things about yourself, you'll understand this story. So around 19, I started having female issues and was going to my chiropractor, telling my chiropractor what was going on, how I was feeling, how I was gaining weight, how I was growing facial hair and things of that nature. And he told me, that maybe I should get my pituitary gland tested. There were some other things going on, but I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, also known as PCOS. There are millions of women out here who have polycystic ovarian syndrome who have been diagnosed with it. And for those of you who know anything about it, polycystic ovarian syndrome causes you to have cysts on your ovaries. So it makes it very, very difficult for you to be able to conceive children. After some time of me being diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, I was advised that I had unexplained infertility and I just wouldn't have children. So for me, I did not want to take that diagnosis sitting down. I decided to start seeing a naturopath or an herbalist who helped me kind of on my journey to changing what I ate. So I started seeing her, and one of the things that she did tell me was that I needed to stop eating what I was eating. Right? I needed to go ahead and change my diet. So I decided that I was going to change my diet, which I did. I went ahead and I stopped eating the chicken and the turkey. At that time, I was only eating chicken and turkey and fish, but I stopped eating the chicken and the turkey and the dairy so that I could go ahead and heal my body. Fast forward to a few months later, I would say it was about 3 months. My period came back. It had disappeared for 2 years. So for all of you women, let me just keep the shit real. As a teenager, when my period disappeared, at first I was like, oh my God, it's gone, like it's not coming back. But then I remembered when I first got my period and how I hated that shit. So I was like, it's gone. I don't know if I want it to come back just yet. So it's lit. I didn't care. I was not concerned. It didn't start concerning me until years later when it was still gone. And I'm like, okay, maybe something's not right. And then it started to show up on me physically with the weight gain and the hair and things of that nature. And then I was like, okay, something's really not right, and I really need to do something about this. So it had been gone for 2 years. It came back after 3 years of me eating clean. After 3 months of me eating clean, it came back. And it was like it never left. I was super surprised. I had dropped in those 3 months about 35 to 40 pounds, and it was amazing. That changed everything for me. that made me look at food in such a different light. And I knew from that moment that I was not going to go back to eating any type of meat, any type of poultry or anything like that, because it just wasn't what my body needed. It was not good for my body. So when I talk about eating clean, and as you guys know, I am a mom now, so that whole, unexplained infertility, polycystic ovarian syndrome thing has been debunked. I have a 14-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son who will be 12, and my daughter will be 15 this year. So I guess I kind of defied or beat the odds, shall you say, on that whole, the doctor said this bullshit. So, I just wanted to share that story because there are many women out here who are experiencing this, many young women who think that, oh my God, this may be kind of like what I have to deal with my entire life. It's not. You can definitely change it. You can heal yourself, and you can heal yourself through food. So that's why I wanted to share my story. But fast forward to now. So when I say clean eating, because now I am a vegan, when I say clean eating, I mean no meat, no fish, no dairy, no poultry, no eggs, nothing that comes from an actual living animal. That to me is clean eating. Now that may be something different for different people, but for me, when I say eating clean and I have a client who is, doing my clean eating and juicing program, I am talking about eliminating all of that from your diet and solely focusing on whole foods, clean foods, fruits, veggies, legumes, and things that you need for your bodies, sea moss, things of that nature. So that is what I mean by eating clean. What does eating clean do for your body? A few things. One of the first things that eating clean does for your body is it gives your digestive system a break. Okay, it lets your body know that we're not eating the same thing that we were eating before. What's going on? Like the food that's coming in, we're not fighting now to go ahead and digest that food. It's coming in, it's nutrient rich, it's fibrous. So now the food is kind of moving through on its own. Hey, this is good. The body's, this is the body talking now. I'm not working that hard. I'm not working the way I had to work 2 weeks ago. This is a good thing. Less stress on the body. It also, when you eat clean, it also provides you with the nutrients that your body needs. Now, a lot of people talk about cravings. We crave foods when our body is missing certain nutrients. So we crave sugars and we crave salt. We're not really craving those things. We're craving the nutrient that is attached to that, right? So what is it that the body needs so that those cravings can go away? One thing that really helps with cravings is sea moss. Now, I know you might be thinking, sea moss, that shit sounds disgusting. Yes, it is disgusting. However, it has 99 of the trace minerals that our body needs. Our body has 102. Sea moss has 99 of those. 99. So you can have sea moss in powder form. I have sea moss in powder form. I have sea moss in regular form, just the way that it comes out of the ocean and it's dry. And then I also have sea moss gel in my refrigerator, which I actually make from the regular form when it comes out of the ocean. You soak it for a few days, then you blend it and it turns into a gel, and you can use that when you're baking. You can use it in your smoothies. You can also use the powdered sea moss in your smoothies as well. I like the powdered sea moss in the smoothies. I think it's great. You don't even taste it. It doesn't, depending upon how long you let it soak for, that fishy taste that you're like, sea moss, that goes away depending upon how long you soak it for. So anyway, sea moss is great. So that's what I'm saying with eating clean. Not eating foods that are going to be heavy for your body, eliminating all of the white foods and sugars like the potatoes and the white rice and the bread, and things of that nature. And you can replace those with other things like spelt bread, spelt flour, spelt pasta. Spelt is an ancient grain. It is a mother grain. It is the mother of wheat. It is wheat, but it is the mother of wheat. So it is really, really healthy for you. You can still eat those things. So I'm not saying eliminated everything. What I am saying is changing the way that you look at certain foods that you eat. So that's what eating clean is to me. Now, I know to some people, eating clean may be eating chicken that is not GMO or eating free-range meats, right? That's eating clean to some people. You will still see some people say, hey, I'm eating clean, and they have a nice grilled piece of chicken breast on top of their salad. That may be eating clean to some people. For me, just through my experience, I know that whether it's free-range chicken or meat, or it's GMO or whatever they have nowadays, shit, it's just ridiculous. That is not what my body needs. My body does not respond well to those things. So I just eliminate them. Now, as mothers, I know it's difficult because when we're doing great for our bodies, we want to do something great for our kids' bodies as well. But we also don't want our children to feel like like they're missing out, like we're taking something from them. Like, I've heard my children say that, so I'm speaking from experience. It takes a lot more to have a household that's eating clean, because you still have children who may want chicken McNuggets. You still have children who want, chips and snacks. These are all things that if you cannot buy them and they're actually truly something healthy, you have to make them. So that adds on another step for us. Like, right, we're already working, we're already cleaning the house, taking care of the kids, cooking dinner. Okay, now we are talking about eating clean. So not only am I cooking dinner, but I have to make sure that I'm using the right ingredients. It doesn't have any soy, it doesn't have any dairy, nothing in it that's going to take away from what I'm trying to do for my family and myself, which is for us to go ahead and eat clean. So it just takes a lot for you to really make that transition. So as as I said earlier, I was a vegetarian for 18 years. Within those 18 years, I was vegan for 2 years. And it was very difficult for me because my mindset, which is what we talked about on the last episode, my mindset was not in the right place. I was replacing a lot of the meat and things of that nature with processed mock meats, tofu, and things like that. Now, fast forward to today, I know that a lot of those things, especially the tofu, I do not eat tofu. A lot of those things are not healthy. So it's really just modifying what it is that you do, which works well for your body. But you want to make sure that you kind of incorporate this style of eating very early on for your kids. I watch a young lady on YouTube, and I forget her name, but she has a wonderful YouTube show where she's raw vegan, and she has a little girl who's maybe 1.5, and she's raw vegan as well. And she shows you kind of what she eats throughout the day, and it's all raw, even the baby. And so it can be done. It takes a little bit of extra work, some extra shit that we may not want to do. Like, let's be real, moms, there's some extra stuff that we do not want to do. Sometimes we just want to say, here, take a sandwich, eat it in the corner, have a chip, and stop bothering me today because I'm tired. So I get it. Like, sometimes we just want to say that shit, but we can't do that all the time. So there's a really, really fine balance. And if you can find that balance and kind of work clean eating into your daily routine, eventually it'll just be a household thing, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Then you'll notice that your children are starting to do things differently. Like, when I started using key limes for my water every day, I noticed that my son started using key limes to alkalize his water every day. And it's just something that they watch and they see you do, and eventually they will do it as well. I hear my daughter speak to her grandmother about the dangers of eating pork and beef and chicken and things like that. I heard that conversation the other day, and I was just like, wow, so they are listening. The kids are listening, people. They're listening and they're learning. Just when we think that they're not. To hear my daughter say, oh my God, Nana, that's beef. It's not good for you. And give her a whole rundown as to why she should not eat it. I think that was probably the joy of my day. So with that being said, do it. Incorporate it slowly, incorporate it into the kids' life slowly, and eventually it will become second nature to you and them. And then you'll have a house full of clean eaters, and you won't have to worry about anything because you'll get exactly what it is that you want, and you didn't put the pressure on anyone to do it. That's our episode for today. Hope you enjoy the show. See you here in Mommy's Closet next week. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the show. For more information about myself, Ereena George, or the Momific Group, be sure to check us out on our website, www.momific.life. That's momific.life. You can also like us on Facebook at the Momific Group. See you next time.